It's February and I've got a great knee-friendly walking with weights workout. Grab your lightest dumbbells and let's go! All right, killer bees, let's go ahead and get moving and grooving, and that means that we're getting started with some arm circles with high knees. Oh my goodness. I know I say it every day that this first one always just feels so good on my stiff and tight shoulders. It doesn't matter if I've been active during the day or if I haven't. That first arm circle, oh, bye Blossom, love you. The first arm circle and high knee just always feels like a relief because I know that a good workout is coming. You guys, welcome to it. I'm Paula B. I'm your best middle-aged fitness friend. Around here, we are all about making peace with your menopausal body. And for me, that means enjoying workouts that we love, that move our bodies in ways that feel like self-love, and finding a healthy weight, you guys. You guys, speaking of weights, I've got some walking with weights today, and I am really excited about this one because it's one of my favorite kinds of workouts. I will tell you that I was kind of late to the walking with weights party. I didn't even know it was a thing, honestly, until, well, I mean, a couple of years ago now at this point, but I didn't see the magic of it at first, and I will tell you why, is because I was using too heavy of weights. So this is where I'm going to start with our information and story time today. If you do not have light enough weights, don't use weights at all. Like, please, please, please just go empty-handed. You will get all the benefit of this workout. In fact, more benefit of this workout if you do something too light rather than too heavy. Let's go ahead and do some arm crossers with booty kickers, because here's the thing, my friends, while we are losing weight, while we are finding ways of moving that feel like self-love, if we injure ourselves by doing something too heavy or going too hard or doing too much, that's not really self-love, and that's not really how to get where we want to go. I would always, always, always rather have you go too light and then spend the day managing your mind when your mind is trying to tell you that it wasn't enough, than go too heavy or too hard and then have to take the next 3 days off because you went too heavy or too hard. There's always a magic sweet spot to be found where we're doing just the right amount. And I think, honestly, I think today might even be that sort of a day. We are walking with weights, which means that we are walking with weights, and we are interspersing our walking intervals with other kinds of, some of them are low impact cardio, and some of them honestly are a little bit more strengthy. So we've got a couple of different variations on our theme today. Let's go ahead and do some welcome to my homes, because welcome to my home. Are you ready for it? The interval butt timer, by the way, my gym boss, is set for 30 seconds. So we're going to start off with walking, and we're going to come back to walking each and every other interval. So in between, I've got a nice variety of exercises. We're going to get through the circuit twice. It's going to move kind of quickly, but I wanted us to be able to see all of the exercises more than once, so that if there was something that kind of gave you trouble or you didn't love or just was confusing or whatever, then we'd be able to see it again. Because I know that sometimes on the very first time we're doing an exercise, if you don't get it, it feels kind of frustrating. Here's the thing though, absolutely no jumping, no transitions to the ground today, and no squats or lunges. We are very knee friendly, very friendly here today. Let's go ahead and get started. Grab your weights and let's get walking. All right. Now, of course, I said grab your weights. If you're not going to use weights today, don't use weights today. That's totally fine. You might find, I like to have a variety of weights. If you don't know, I actually got these on Amazon. There's a link in the description box below. I love having a variety of weights so that I've always got the right thing handy for whatever exercise we're doing. Our first exercise is going to be a side kick press up, which is, you could take it at a cardio pace or you could take it at a little bit more of a strength pace. I think I'm going to be a little bit careful with it just because we're just getting into it. So we're pressing up on the same side that we are kicking out to the side. Yes, it's almost like a capital letter K. We're going hand straight up rather than hand out. When it beeps again, we're coming right back to walking. And this is what I meant to say. When in doubt, if there's an exercise today that you're like, okay, I just don't get what she's doing, or I just don't like this one, come on back to walking. This is the magic of walking with weights. There's always an easy substitution, so come on back to walking. You'll find as we get through our day today, of course we are thinking about moderation. Of course we are thinking about moving at a pace, because by the way, there's no rest. We're thinking about moving at a pace that we can sustain. So if your heart rate does ever get too high, just come on back to walking. Coming up next, we're going to do triceps curl downs. So we're curling down with the weights, going to end up with our palm facing away from our body out to the side, and we're also going to tap out that same foot. So tap out while we're curling down. Sometimes sometimes I can really get this one rocking. Today I'm really finding my moderate. As I mentioned during the warm-up, like I'm feeling a little bit stiff, a little bit creaky today. So I don't want to go too fast. Later in the workout, I very often find myself feeling more ready for a little bit more. But right now, I'm just going to take this at a pace that feels like something that I could do all day long. And I mean, not necessarily that I would, but I could. We're right back to walking, my friends. When it beeps again, we're going to do twisting kicks, which is exactly what it sounds like. We're going to twist to one side while we're kicking that same leg out. So we're twisting into the kick, which means that we're really going to be engaging our abdominal muscles. And in fact, we really always want to be engaging our abdominal muscles, my friends, while we are exercising. It's just a really good idea to make sure that you're aware of where your core is. And this is actually a question that I get asked a lot. Here we go. With twisting kicks, I'm going to slow this down a little bit, making sure that I've got my balance, making sure that I'm pulling in my core. I mention your core like all the time in every workout. I mean, if you're brand new around here, hi, welcome. I mention your core a lot. But here's the thing about finding your core. It's not as easy as it sounds. I mean, I mention it all the time. Oh, pull in your belly button, pull your belly button towards your spine, pull in your core, brace your abs. I say those kinds of things all the time. But here's the deal. You might not feel that. And that, depending on where you are on your fitness journey, is just where you are right now. I will tell you, one of the best things that you can do for yourself is practice finding your core when you're not trying to engage it in the middle of a workout. When it beeps again, we're going to do front punch step backs, which I always want to call fruit punch step backs. We're going to punch forward while stepping that same foot back. Now, we're not transferring our weight. It's not a reverse lunge. It's just a step. But it is throwing us off our balance, and that's the magic of this one. That throwing ourselves out of balance while punching forward. So we're doing this front and back, throwing ourselves out of balance thing means that your core needs to be working. Here's what I want you to challenge yourself though. If you don't really feel your core working while we're working out, find it some other time, while you're driving, while you're doing dishes, while you're reading, whenever. Come on back to walking right now. Practice finding your core and feeling those muscles work sometime when you don't need to be doing it so that you can practice. I will tell you, my ladies of a certain age, it's kind of a lot like doing Kegels. When you find those muscles, it's not like you're flexing, flexing. When it beeps again, by the way, we're doing wide open side kicks. Speaking of flexing, we're going to have our our elbows up at shoulder height. We're going to be opening up our hands nice and wide while we're kicking out to the side. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit because I know this one's always tough for me. Here's the thing though, your deep core muscles, they don't really feel like other muscles. Like they don't feel like your arms working. They don't feel like your legs working. You'll notice it when you find them. And I do encourage you to find them, because they're very important muscles. But also, you're never going to flex them. Right back to walking. They are not your six-pack of abs. Like when you're, crunching your abs, that's not really pulling in your core. It's a much more, it's a subtle feeling of strength in your deep inner core muscles. That's why when we practice it, other times we can call upon that when we're in the middle of something else. When we're in the middle of something else, you've got a lot of other things on your mind. It's hard to feel that subtle pull. When it beeps again, we're doing forward hinge arm flappers. So hands up, we're gonna hinge forward as though we're doing a deadlift while we're flapping our arms as though we're doing jumping jacks. And really, we're not doing either one, but we're kind of doing both. I'm taking this at a little bit more of a strengthy pace than a cardio pace. Again, I'm being really mindful of what feels moderate for me, and I do hope that you're doing the same. Some of you, honestly, might be moving faster than me. I do feel like I'm keeping this very, very moderate for me today. And then right back to walking. And some of you might be going slower. This is the thing, kind of like finding your core. Moderate is very subtle. Moderate requires you to really pay attention when you're not in the middle of the workout. In the middle of the workout, it might already be too late sometimes with your core and with moderation. When it beeps again, we're doing peekaboo side steps, my friends. Elbow's gonna be about shoulder height. Hands are gonna be up. You're gonna push your elbows together and pull your elbows apart while we are stepping from side to side. So hands up, gonna open up into a peekaboo, as we're saying peekaboo. And we're just shifting our weight. We're not fully stepping, we are shifting our weight over to the side and coming back. Over to the side and coming back. Awesome job. The thing about your core strength and moderation is that both of them take a lot of practice, depending on where you are with your fitness journey. If you are brand new to exercise, literally everything I do, here we come back to walking, might be a little bit beyond moderate for you. If you finish every workout feeling like, woo, doggies, that really got me, it's not entirely moderate. Moderate means that you could do this exact workout again tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day and for the foreseeable future. Like every single day. That's what I recommend actually for weight loss, is moderate exercise every single day. When it beeps again right now, we're going to do step backs, triceps kickbacks. So we're stepping back and we're also pushing our arm back. Oh my gosh. It's like those triceps curl downs, except we're stepping back and curling back. So we're really controlling this push back motion with our hand with those little tiny muscles right behind our arms, those triceps. Let me show you from the side. We're not just swinging our arm. In fact, your elbow is kind of staying in one position, just right next to your waist, and then right back to walking. I know that one was different, and I apologize for not giving you more warning. I was talking so much about moderation and finding your core and all those kinds of things. Let me tell you now, coming up next, we're going to do dancing X's. Normally a very cardio move, but both hands are going to be up over our head with weights, even without. That's going to bring your heart rate up. So find a pace that works for you. Going to make a big wide X with your arms and your legs. Going to meet in the middle with your opposite elbow and your opposite knee in a crunch in the middle. We're getting all kinds of toning today while we are walking. Here we go, crunching in the middle, crunching in the middle. I'm finding my balance here, which when we move faster is a little bit easier. So I'm going to find a pace that doesn't get my heart rate up too high, but that also feels like I'm not going to fall over every single time. You guys, this was the circuit. So you've seen everything. There was only a couple of things that felt a little bit awkward and weird, right? Most of them felt really good. So when it beeps again, we're coming back to walking. And then we're going to go do all of those things one more time. Coming up first is that side kick press up. So here's the thing about moderation when you are very first, brand new to exercising. Moderation is going to be hard to find because everything feels like a lot. So what you might do is not have weights in your hands. What you might do is go significantly slower. What you might do, cut the workout in half. Stop it halfway through. So here we go with that side kick. Press up. Nice job. There are all kinds of ways to find moderation, and I will tell you that the most effective way of finding moderation is to accidentally do too much. Like it's how most of us are going to come to it. Whether you are brand new at exercising or you've been exercising your whole life, finding moderation means that you're going to accidentally do too much at least once, maybe even dozens of times, especially if you are me and you love to exercise. We're right back to walking. I love to exercise, and sometimes I just push myself too hard, and then I pay for it. This is why we find moderation, because if you push yourself too hard, then you can't work out tomorrow. Your body will tell you that you pushed yourself too hard and it's time to take it back a notch. That recovery time, you're going to pay for that in a couple of different ways. When it beeps again, we're doing the triceps curl downs, by the way. So we're going to be pushing down and kicking out to the side. Not really kicking, we're tapping out to the side. But when you can find that exact right groove, when you can find your core muscles, my friends, find your moderation, find your core muscles before you're working out and after you're working out and other times of the day. Pay attention to what your body is doing and think about whether or not this feels good in your body. Working out harder, here come back to walking, working out harder, for those of us who love to exercise, feels better in our brain, but worse in our body. Start listening to your body. Your brain has false information for you. It really does. Your brain has fake news. It tells you things that are absolutely 100% not true. My brain frequently tells me, you can do more, it's okay. Coming up time next we're doing twisting kicks. And that, my friends, is a big lie. I can do more. Actually, it's not entirely a lie. I can do more. It's just not good for me. It's not okay to do more. That's why I'm finding my moderate so that I can get the results that I want. And for me personally, I am not losing weight right now, but I am maintaining and feeling good about my body and my fitness. And that means that I don't want to be doing too much either. Moderation is good for all of us at any age so that we can figure out how to not listen to the monkey chatter that tells us that we're not doing enough. Here we come back to walking. But also enjoy our fitness. I think this is the thing on my journey that has made the biggest difference. Rather than chasing more, or enough, because that word means nothing, I am chasing that feeling of just rightness, that feeling of feeling good, having energy. That to me is worth more than enough. When it beeps again, we're doing fruit punch step backs, which is of course front punch and step backs. Stepping back on the same side that we're punching forward. So we are really throwing ourselves out of balance, both forward and back, which means that your core is pulled in. We're thinking about finding the balance in our lives, on our bodies, in our exercise, with our core. We're thinking about balancing it all. Oh my goodness, great job. When it beeps again, of course, we are coming back to walking. Yes, this is the thing about walking with weights. This is the magic that I didn't understand what was waiting for me. There's a lot to it. There's just the right amount of challenge if you've got the right amount of weight. When it beeps again, we're going to do those wide open side kicks. I will tell you, if you ever have the inclination to simply look at old videos, I do not encourage you to do some of my very old videos. Here we go, wide open side kicks. Some of my very old videos, you guys have been on YouTube for 7.5 years. I was young. I was really young. I had a lot more just energy and recovery and all kinds of things. So if you watch some of the older videos, and I do walking with weights videos with significantly heavier weights than I have in my hand right now. And trust me, I'm still friendly, I'm still talking, I'm still having a good time. But I know personally that when I turned off the camera, I was like, why do people like doing this? So we're back to walking. It felt hard because it was. But those were also the days when I was chasing doing more. And I don't feel the need most of the time to do that anymore. Now, I have really learned to embrace and enjoy moderation. And if there's any gift that I could give you, it's that. Enjoying your workout and enjoying the rest of your life. Forward hinge arm flappers next, or now rather, because I'm trying to tell you how much you can enjoy your life when you're not doing too much and you're not knocking yourself out. There's a great world of fun to be had when we simply allow ourselves to embrace the moderation that feels best for our bodies. You guys, when it beeps again, of course we're coming back to walking. Oh my goodness, golly, what a good job you're doing today. So, between all of my conversations here, we've just got a couple more exercises left. So this is a great time to kind of take stock. How are you feeling? Where is your heart rate? Where is your effort level? I know I talked to you about this, about thinking about moderation before and after your workout, but it's okay to think about it during your workout too. When it beeps again, we're doing those peekaboo side steps, thinking about how to get through these next couple of exercises. How is that working for you to be able to manage your moderation? Peekaboo, elbows close together, elbows far apart. Using those big muscles in your back. This one to me is much more of a strength exercise than a cardio exercise, but of course, having those hands above our heads means your heart rate has come up. Great job. Really thinking about getting the most out of this movement. This is the thing about moderation, actually, probably one of the other biggest lessons that I had, here we come back to walking, is really thinking about efficiency also. If I'm going to be working out for a certain duration and at a certain intensity, then how can I get the most out of it without being more intense or going longer or going harder or heavier? How can I actually get the most out of it? I'm going to tell you the answer in a second, but I'm going to tell you first that we're doing those step back triceps kickbacks. So you're stepping back while kicking back, except that you're not actually kicking, you're kicking your hand back. You're pushing your hand back with that triceps muscle. Let me turn to the side here. Excellent job. Really thinking about keeping your elbows really just locked in right next to your waist. So it's that little triceps muscle. Excellent job. I will tell you, the magic of workouts like this, the magic of moderation, the gift that moderation has given me is an increased sense of my brain-body connection. And then back to walking. I pay attention to my body so much more now than I ever did when I was just pushing. When I was pushing, I was looking at my body. I wanted to see it look a certain way. I wanted to feel strong, but I wasn't thinking about all the connections. I wasn't thinking about where my core was. I wasn't thinking about what I was getting out of each and every exercise. When it beeps again, it's our last one. We're doing dancing X's. Gonna have your hands and feet both out wide, crunching across your body and meeting in the middle. Now, when I'm exercising, I'm noticing my abs working. I'm noticing my shoulders working. I'm noticing all of the little muscles that are all helping in there. I'm noticing when everybody feels sore, or when everybody feels good, or when I feel a little bit puffy because I did too much. You guys, when it beeps again, I've got one final thing for us. We're going to do one more walking interval. This was the last exercise, but I've got one more walking interval. And then you get to choose how you'd like to do our finisher, because of course we're done, but we're not quite finished. I'm going to take this down a little bit. Our very final thing is super slow sprinters, and you get to choose if you still have weights in your hands, if you'd like to keep them in your hands. I'm going to try it with weights in my hands because I'm actually really curious. I know, I really should have practiced this, huh? We're going to do one interval on each side. I'm going to start by sitting on my left leg. You're going to bring your elbow to your crunched knee across your body, and then extend both the leg and the arm across your body in a balanced position. So we're going to tip forward just a little bit. Crunch across your body, and then extend both your arm and your leg. Crunch across your body, and then extend that same side, arm and leg. Okay, this is not significantly more difficult with the weights than it is without the weights, because the difficulty lies, of course, in the balance itself. When it beeps, we're not going to walk again. We're going directly into doing this on the other side. So crunch across your body and then extend that same side of your body all the way out. Awesome job. Crunch across your body and then extend as though we are sprinting, even though we are actually moving. Nice and slow, really focusing that brain-body connection on all those muscles. Uncurl your toes, pull in your core if you know where it is. Think about reaching and extending with that arm and getting your biceps all the way next to your ear. Getting the most bang out of your buck means not just moving your body willy-nilly, but moving with intention. And that, my friends, well, I intend that we were done. Awesome, awesome job. Let me turn this off. I'm going to put my dumbbells down. Because no matter if you like using dumbbells or not, we are definitely not using dumbbells for the cool down. Let's go ahead and do some arm circles. Really stretch out those arms, stretch out that chest. Really feel how beautiful your muscles feel right now, how strong, how supple, how lean, and that it was just enough, right? Right. Your brain is not always connected to your body, but your body wants to be connected to your brain. Listen to your body right now and let it tell you that that was exactly the right amount of work for us today. Let's go ahead and open it up nice and wide. Stretch out your chest and then close it up. Give yourself a big hug and a pat on your back, my friends. Oh my gosh, what a good job you did today. Okay. Now let me tell you, this entire conversation about moderation makes a lot more sense if you understand the whole theory that I have about how we lose weight at 50 and beyond. On screen, you're going to find a link to a video that I made that explains all about moderation, all about the 5 steps that we need to be taking every single day to get your weight loss goal. I've also, of course, got an extended cool down for you because I know some of you have a little bit more time and a little bit more inclination to really enjoy this cool down and stretching. And thank you so much for working out with me today. Make sure you click that subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow.